Alright, how you doing? My name's Brian. I'm the owner of St. Brian's Premium Barbecue, and today what we're going to be talking about is how to pick out a good rack of baby back ribs and how to get them ready to put on the smoker. So what I have here is I've got two different racks of baby backs from two different things. One I got from a premium grocery store. The other one here I got from my butcher down at Reading Terminal Market. That's where I usually go to pick up all my meats whenever I'm getting ready to smoke. So the first thing is they're both perfectly fine racks of ribs to smoke. There's nothing wrong with either one of these. What you want to look for when you're picking out a rack of ribs, to figure out which ones are the good ones or the bad ones. First of all is you want to take a look. Baby backs are nice because they've got a nice marbling on there. They've got a nice little layer of fat. Helps really keep the ribs moist, keeps them tender when you're cooking them. Adds some really, really nice flavor. So you're looking for some good marbling. That's the first one. You can see on both of these racks, you can see some excellent marbling on there. So right away I'd say they're both fine. The second thing that you want to check for is the smell. When you open it up, when you first get it, when you first get your ribs, you're going to notice a smell. Meat has a smell. And it should be there and gone. If you're noticing that there's a persistent, almost rotten smell or a persistent meat smell that won't go away, you might be a little circumspect on the meat. You might want to have someone check. You might even want to ask your butcher. So as you take a look at these guys here. They smell fine. There's no persistent smell whatsoever. Great, so that's fine too. Now, I bought these ribs fresh, so we're not going to see a lot of fluid leaking out of them. If you are seeing a lot of fluid leaking out of them, that's a sign that the ribs probably aren't good and you probably should not cook them. The real difference now, the reason why I have both of these out, there's a real difference between these two racks right here. The main difference, the one that I really want to point out, is this rack here. You can take a look, you can actually see the bones on the front side, not on the back side here. That's different. You're going to be able to see the bones on both of these on the rear side here. Okay? But the main difference is I'm looking here, I can see the bone exposed in different areas here very clearly. Whereas here on this rack, you cannot see the bones at all. Covered in meat, covered in fat, really juicy, nice and thick. This is what we call a rack of shiners. Shiners referring to the bones that you can actually see there. So, if given a choice, always go for the meatier one. Because what this means is that as the butcher was slicing this up, they were using more of the meat for other cuts, for other products, and they're really just leaving you the bare bones here. Literally and figuratively. It doesn't mean that these won't smoke up nice. It doesn't mean that they won't taste fine. They probably will. But I know when I have a rack of ribs and I'm eating, I really want to be able to sink my teeth in. And that's what you're going to get out of this. And here's the other big difference too. I got these guys for $8.99 a pound. And I got this guy here, this rack here, for about half that price, for around $4.50 a pound. A lot more bang for my buck. For the price, for less than what I paid for this one rack here, I was able to get two racks like this over at Reading Terminal Market. So there's a huge advantage to going to a butcher who knows how to make sure that you're going to be getting the best possible cut. Again, nothing wrong with this, but I'm not getting a lot of meat here, a lot of shiners on this one. So if you're entering into a competition, this definitely would not be a rack you want to use.